Conor McGregor's private beach photos just leaked, and the MMA world is roasting him mercilessly. Meanwhile, undefeated Kamzat Chimaev shuts down wild retirement rumours in style. Scandal, savage memes, and fighter drama collide in a storm you can't afford to miss. Let's break it all down right now. Conor McGregor's beach photos go viral. The MMA world was rocked this past weekend when Conor McGregor was caught on camera kissing a mystery woman on a crowded Florida beach just days before his birthday. This isn't just any headline, fans were stunned. Because McGregor has been engaged to Dee Devlin for years, and the two share 4 children. This public display sparked immediate speculations about the state of their relationship. What was especially striking was McGregor's reaction, or rather, his lack of a direct one. Instead of addressing the photos head-on, he made a baffling post about Irish politics, saying, "I will drag Taoiseach of house and home. Ireland, put me to work." Almost as if trying to deflect rather than confront the controversy. Photos showed McGregor cozying up to the woman for hours, sharing towels, touching her leg, and even entering the ocean together. It was clear he wasn't worried about prying eyes. Meanwhile, Dee Devlin broke her silence with a calm but definite message on McGregor's birthday, posting family photos and writing, "My man and I have created a beautiful life together. I love him, I trust him, and I believe him." Fans are now torn between believing the longtime couple's bond is strong or questioning if cracks have finally formed beneath McGregor's tumultuous public image. This isn't the first time Conor has courted controversy outside the cage. Recent months have seen him involved in several legal battles and public incidents, painting a portrait of a fighter whose personal life is now dominating headlines more than his fighting. Is this beach moment just another chapter in his ongoing saga, or does it mark a turning point? The MMA community can't seem to look away. Azealia Banks destroys McGregor over DMs. Just when you thought the McGregor drama was cooling down, it skyrocketed again with rapper Azealia Banks stepping into the spotlight. Banks publicly accused McGregor of sending her unsolicited nude photos via direct messages on social media, images she described as crooked and downright explicit. One photo even showed McGregor posing with his anatomy seemingly strapped to a dumbbell, captioned, "Lifting weights." But it didn't stop there. Banks alleged McGregor threatened her with a message warning, "Don't be a rat cause all rats get caught." Her reaction was savage and viral. "This is haram. Use sunscreen, fam." She didn't hold back on exposing McGregor's awkward political ambitions, mocking his run for the Irish presidency as being undermined by his questionable behaviour online. The MMA world immediately jumped on this, with fans and fighters slamming McGregor for what many called blatant sexual harassment. Social media exploded, with countless users saving and sharing the photos while also mocking McGregor's private parts and his lack of discretion. McGregor has remained mostly silent on this scandal, but the damage to his reputation is significant, coming soon after the viral beach photos leak. This double whammy has fans wondering if there's any way the notorious can climb out of this mess unscathed. MMA community roasts Conor without mercy. The internet didn't hold back. As both the beach photo scandal and the Azealia Banks allegations went viral, MMA fans and commentators unleashed some of the most brutal roast sessions on Conor McGregor in years. Social media became a battleground of savage memes, sharp one-liners, and biting commentary. The most popular jabs? "Khabib really ended this guy." A clear nod to McGregor's 2018 defeat that many now see as the beginning of his public fall from grace. Others piled on, "He defines rock bottom," and "This man wants to run Ireland," a mocking take on his presidential aspirations juxtaposed with his very messy personal life. The memes were merciless, combining humour, cynicism, and harsh truth. The weight of this backlash signals a growing fatigue among fans who once cheered his antics as bravado, but now see them as signs of deeper personal troubles. This collective roasting reflects a larger debate about McGregor's legacy. Is he a fallen hero, or simply a flawed human being facing the consequences of his actions? The MMA community made it clear, nobody is buying apologies just yet. Kamzat Chimaev retirement rumour shut down. While McGregor's scandals steal headlines, another major talking point surfaced around Kamzat Chimaev. The undefeated rising star in the UFC, Brazilian fighter Caio Borralho, sparked controversy by spreading an unverified rumour that Chimaev was retiring, a claim that shocked and confused fans worldwide. But the MMA community quickly called it fake clickbait, accusing Borralho of irresponsibility in spreading misinformation. Borralho responded angrily on social media, defending himself, but his credibility took a hit. This wasn't the first time he's been slapped with backlash for false reports. He previously spread misinformation about Delta Parkinson's injury and even falsely reported the death of well-known UFC fighter Ben Askren. Fans are growing tired of this reckless rumour mongering that can affect fighters' reputations and fan support. For Chimaev's supporters, this was a clear moment to rally behind the fighter and dismiss the rumours outright. The young contender remains focused on his career, and with no official word of retirement, fans eagerly await his next fight. The incident highlights how vulnerable even top UFC stars are to the toxic rumour mill that thrives in combat sports, with social media fueling drama even when there's no truth to it. Max Holloway on Ilia Topuria. Let's not call him GOAT yet. Max Holloway recently spoke out about Ilia Topuria's impressive win streak, showing respect but urging caution before calling Topuria the greatest of all time. Holloway acknowledged Topuria's notable victories over solid opponents like Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira, both former and current champions. However, he pointed out the important context that fans sometimes overlook: Volk's recent knockout loss and Oliveira's decline in performance due to age and wear. Holloway's insight shines a light on the timing and quality aspect in assessing greatness. Sure, beating big names looks great on paper, but the circumstances matter just as much. He criticised the current trend where fans rush to crown fighters as GOATs purely based on names defeated, without considering whether those opponents were past their peak or fighting through injury. Holloway, a former featherweight champion himself, knows firsthand how the slightest dip in form changes the picture dramatically. His realistic viewpoint invites fans to dig deeper into fight analysis rather than just headline stats. Dustin Puareier reveals Holloway fight game plan. As UFC 318 approaches on July 19th, Dustin Puareier is gearing up for his trilogy fight against Max Holloway in a bout that means a lot more than just rankings. It's Poirier's farewell to the sport after a storied 15-year career. Speaking recently on the Pat McAfee show, Poirier laid out his game plan. He wants to strike fast and hit with precision early in the fight to catch Holloway off guard. This approach reflects his evolved fighting style, honed over more than a decade and shaped by their previous two battles. Poirier is clear-eyed about the challenge Holloway presents. The former featherweight champion has had a career of his own adapting and growing since their last fight. But Poirier believes speed, accuracy and early aggression will be his key edge. Beyond the tactics, Dustin's motivation is personal. He's focused on retiring on his terms, with a win in front of his hometown fans at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, where he last fought back in 2015. Age 36 now, with some recent setbacks, Poirier sees this as his final chapter to close out a huge legacy with pride and respect. Michael Chandler called out by Terrence McKinney. In another corner of the UFC, Michael Chandler finds himself under fire from rising contender Terrence McKinney, who isn't holding back on the trash talk. McKinney recently called out Chandler on social media, mocking the veteran's recent form. 3 losses in his last 4 fights, his most recent defeat coming at the hands of Paddy Pimblett. McKinney sees this as the perfect opportunity to pull off an upset against a once top lightweight struggling to reclaim his old dominance. Chandler, a former lightweight title challenger known for his explosive style, is undeniably at a crossroads. His recent string of defeats has put his UFC future in question, and McKinney's challenge adds pressure. The rookie's confidence and boldness represent the new wave of hungry fighters ready to dethrone established names who may be past their peak. This rivalry adds an intriguing subplot to the lightweight division where veterans and hungry prospects collide. Fans will be watching closely to see if Chandler can silence critics with a winning statement, or if McKinney's momentum continues to shift the division's balance. The stakes are clear. A win for Chandler could revive his career, while McKinney aims to solidify his rising star status. The UFC's top action continues unabated with explosive matchups heating the scene. Is Conor finished as a fighter? Will Kamzat rise to claim gold? Comment below. Hit that like and subscribe for your daily dose of MMA truth. Thanks for watching.